Welcome to the Emerging Lawyer series at the Coffee Corner Show powered by the Emerging India Forum TIF and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is From Compliance to Chamber, Chandni Bhanushali on Global Business Law and Policy. We are joined by an impactful professional who has seamlessly blended corporate law, cross border commerce, and conscious leadership. Chandni Bhanushali, founder partner at Chandni Bhanushali and Associates. Uh, she's also chairman of Maharashtra at the Asian African Chamber of Commerce and Industry. With over a decade of experience across consulting powerhouses like Deloitte and Ernst Young, Chandni's legal journey is rooted in strategy, governance, and global collaboration. But beyond the boardroom, she's also a dedicated volunteer, mindfulness practitioner, and mentor to many. In this episode, we explore how her diverse experience from corporate secretarial roles to mentoring underprivileged youth have shaped a legal career that's deeply connected to purpose and progress. And we also understand Chandni as a person. So, welcome, Chandni, today's Coffee Corner episode.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that warm introduction of me. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So let me explain you. There will be three rounds, Chandni. First round, professional, personal, and a surprise rapid fire round where you'll be in the hot seat. And here's your inspiration, Legal AI 101, which will be autographed and sent to you. So let's
Okay.
begin. Friend of mine, Amir Virani, host at Coffee Corner Legal Tech Evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. We help law firms, corporate legal startups with world-class technology, software licensing, and tech training solutions. So my first question, Chandni, how has the journey shaped up and what were the key defining moments you had?
So I would just start with the saying that my journey has just begun when I say, because something which I started a year ago was always a baby which was going to happen or going to get delivered right at the first year of my experience at Thomson Reuters, which is now EYG DGDS. So that baby was already there, but my as working with the companies and working with the consulting firms, my journey has been good. It is again compared to the other speakers and every senior most person you have audio on this on this podcast. I'm a small person right now, I would say. Not a But my journey has not been that long enough, but whatever it is, it has been a good journey and something I want to make it big. Because while starting my own firm, it was always something which I look forward to. So yeah, my journey has been great. And sorry, I am a person with very less words. So
Wow.
I would just say that the journey has been good. It would be marvelous after some years, but yes, it's been just good right now.
So let's dive deep into the conversation, Chandni. How do you think corporate governance differs in consulting firms versus private practice?
Seriously, speaking, there's no much difference there. But yes, when you are with the consulting firms, you go for the big fat sharks. But when you have started with your practicing firm, you start with the small fishes, right? So they're explaining about the compliances, approaching the MSMEs or the other smaller sectors with the with this kind of a bubble which is required to be solved, or which is required to be approached. It is not that this firms or this companies, small companies or MSME companies, they don't like the expenses to come from that side. So it's something that there is a lack of knowledge about it. That is the one part which is challenging, but it is always good where, you can introduce such kind of a compliance work to them, and they come to know that how much importance it is. So I get a chance to do that, to make them learn it about it. So that's it.
Wow. So let's come to your uh, chairman of Maharashtra at the Asia African Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Can you brief tell our viewers out there what is this chamber all about and your work role?
So chamber has the members who are from India. Right now, I am serving them as a chairman secretary, and chamber comes up with its own limitations. The internal work which we do it, we meet every individual who wants to have their own business in Africa, or there is even sometimes possibility that the African companies want to settle in India, like they want to start up with their subsidiaries, or they want to start up with some joint venture. So this chamber helps them legally, like all everything they get it at one stop. They get legal help. They get help in terms of the CFO services, CXO services, all services they get it. So main idea behind the chamber, forming this chamber, is that we grow together, and we have so I am someone who's a secretary. We have the person who holds the position, who is senior to me, who holds the position of the president for Maharashtra. Same way this chamber has two verticals. One is national and second is international. So right now I am working for the national. Soon, like in couple of years, I will see myself working for the international part of this chamber as well. So this is my role over here is to arrange for the events and be there when the chamber has something to contribute towards the clientele request, and we keep organizing certain events so that we meet every every individual who wants to establish their business in Africa, and we collaborate them with the government over there. We have good associates, we have good contacts which help them to solve their queries. Like for example, I have a client, and he was already with a mindset that he wants to have a solar plant in Africa, but he couldn't figure out how he'll do, what he'll do. So I was approached by him, and we met at one of the events, and he had put this question to me: I want to do this, and how can I go about it? So there was a solution to it, that this is the area out in the Africa itself, which is land which will be benefiting you. First, the land comes, then the land should be taken on rent, or should I purchase it? So, this kind of a questions which come up in the mind of the businessman, we are there to help them. Right from these questions, which are at the basic level of any business, to the questions like, if we want to start up with this kind of a solar panels or small windmills or any renewable energy sector, can we do it with the government? Can we provide our services to the government? So till that level, so our answers are yes, yes, we can do it. We can provide our services to the government and even to the localites. So this is the part which helps them, that they get solution to every question they have it for the African based companies. So this is my role to do it. I will either help you or connect you with my associates. And it looks simple, but it is not that simple. But it is our job, right? Like, why are we there in the chamber? So we help them to do everything what they would like to, and just the government generally does the ease of doing business, but being the chamber, being the person with as a appointed as a secretary chairman, it's my job as well to make their work easy going and without any hurdles. Yeah,
Wow,
so this has been my journey and my experience so far with the Asian African Chamber of Commerce.
beautiful. So, Chani, according to you, what are some legal hurdles company faces entering Asian African markets, and how does your legal background help the member companies?
A businesses or a businessman, now everyone is very smart enough because they have got the AI in picture. If you have any just question, you just put it on your laptops and just ask, like, what is the best thing to do it in Africa, which are the businesses which are flourishing, which are the business they have facing challenges. With respect to that and to my legal knowledge, they are always been challenged. So they always have a question on what kind of a work or what kind of a jurisdiction should we select. So a first thing when it comes to African nations, the first question over for us is always that is it safe to do a business over there? We get how we can be so strong that our businesses or the profits which we earn in the way of taxations, how we can save our money. Is DTA signed, double tax treaty? Is that
Mhm.
signed? How we can, when it comes to the commercialization of the contract, right? That is why my part comes into picture. When it comes to the compliance, my part comes into picture. So it's my duty to solve those queries, but difficulty is to make the businessman understand about innity and integrities of every compliance that they have to do, because that is something they don't want to put the money in. Secondly, they don't have a time for it. I would say first, they don't have a time for it. They just want to put money and they want to get the returns on it. That's it. That is the prima facie. I think so. It is with every businessman. It is the same thing. So for me, the challenge is always that to how to convince them that these are the compliances you have to do. If you don't do it, then the businesses don't go right. I wouldn't say it, and it is with every country, not with African countries. It is with every country. If someone wants to settle now, looking at the compliance world, which has changed, it has evolved. Earlier sab kuch chalta tha, but now you have to have everything is in place. You need to have all your registrations in place. You need to have every, like, irrespective of whether you are working towards environment or safety of your employees, or whether it's human resources, welfare activities, or a social security norms. Everything needs to be adhered and it has to be followed, right? So these are few of the challenges in itself. Compliance in itself is a challenge that I face, right? Overall, with whether it is the African companies who want to establish their business in India, or whether it's Indians who want to establish their companies in Africa. So yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, Chani, according to you, what's your take on India's evolving company law ecosystem, especially in relation to digital compliance and AI?
AI is something which requires too many eyes these days, because we I think so we saw the I am from that era. Like, I have seen VCR to CD disc to laptops, and now, like, not even laptops, we human forces. I have seen human forces. I think so aage chal ke we will see only AIs working in the offices and not the humans. But one thing I would like to say it through this forum is that AIs are there to help you. Work has to be done by you. Always keep in mind, and that is the fact, and that will remain the fact. So someone asked me a few days ago a question, ma'am, what do you think about AI? Well, it is just to help you. It is not going to take away my job, right? Because what humans work best, systems can work best, but they will do best only the limit which you will allow them. They can't do XY. First they have X input, then they'll have the Y input, and that XY input cannot be make. They can't merge those two inputs and give you a third answer, which human brain can do. right?
Mm.
But looking at how the technology is evolving, AI based compliance in India as well, right? We are getting too many now. The world, I'm seeing the person who is aged 12 to 13 years, even that person is making a tool or a software which is AI based, and the legal compliances required for them are very important. We see data protection coming in, the data which will, that is for the personal data which we get it, but then the AI tools which will be helping it, right? To get that data, to store that data on the cloud or store that data on the server as well. So I think so we'll need more reforms and more bills coming in place, especially for India. And hopefully, because nowadays what is happening is we are coming over to the from the colonial rules and regulations to India's regulations now. Every act or every legal data or document is changing as per the today's requirement. Some acts which said, like, if you are working in such kind of a factories, or if you are working with such kind of an office, you need certain requirement. There was no acceptance, or there was no one knew about this kind of a compliances, but no one knew about this compliances. But now every every person every person who wants to do business, they have to know about it, and the person who is making software, AI based softwares, will definitely need to know about these terms and conditions before they go ahead. So we are looking forward to few rules and regulations and reforms coming up, but I think so I'll keep that till it makes a public presence, and we'll see more of it, and soon we'll see it. So that is the only comment I can put it over here.
Ah, beautiful. Yeah. 2 minutes, huh? So, Chandni, you have worked with Deloitte, EY, and now helm leadership role at a Asian African Chamber of Commerce and your firm. What has shaped your leadership style across such varied platforms?
Firstly, when I joined these corporates, joined these firms, they made me a leader. Okay. And now I am using that leadership qualities in my own work. So something I stand by to by saying this, and this will be forever. They have shaped me, they have nurtured me. They have I have seen days where I would like to, like, stand at one position, and because of my work, I have actually expelled 2 to 3 persons from the organization. So somewhere where I used to go and meet the clientele, the client has removed their employees. So I am so bad uh, at my conversations that, so there it is where how I was being made a leader, and it was something like that. Someone who had come, so this is our client's requirement. So our clients always said that we want only this girl to come up to come to our office, and she will be the only who will be working. So I've got those initiatives, I've got these chances very well,
Wow,
and it is because of them. So yeah, that's
that's
it.
beautiful. So, Chani, how do you mentor young professionals entering the legal compliance space today?
Today's generation, I'm also from the same generation. I wouldn't like to sound old, but yeah. So nowadays, so I will just give you an example of my own staff. They like to take responsibilities. They like to take everything which is coming by their way, right? They take it positively, and whether it's your intern or whether it's a full-time employee, you can allot them work पहले जैसे नहीं रहा. So, like, first, if you say what is the definition of an internship, it used to be only that paper printing, go and deposit this particular form or go and deposit this particular document with the court. That's it. Now it is more and beyond that, because everyone now understands what is the importance of it. This is what I would like to state, and this example says more because I have got that kind of a, like, background, and I have got that kind of an opportunity when I was working. So I am now transferring the same what I have learned, because I was never been uh, told like you are an intern or you are a full-time employee. Work is work, whatever comes by, you need to give your 100%. And that same thing I'm doing it with my interns and my fellow colleagues and with my staff. So yeah.
Wow. Okay. My next question. With your experience in maritime law at Digi Maritime Limited, how do you see the future of legal infrastructure in India's port and logistics sector evolving? And recently, there were three maritime laws enacted in India. So, how will be these laws impacting? Because I recently did coffee conversation with a 30 years old maritime senior lawyer at Ethelward Mendes.
Okay. So I would like to just quote it what I just read it 2 days before. And it is something which government has been working on it since years now, because when I was Digi Maritime Limited, we had few information that time. It was not something I knew it illegally, but it was something always you could read it in the public news. Government was already in doing something uh, which was very much going to happen, but due to legal norms changing and due to the governments changing often in that time, we didn't see the ray of hope, or we didn't see the laws related to maritime in, because again, right, it is, these are the colonial laws, something which was been drafted and notified in 1908 or 19th century, right? It was not something, and it is not something which you can rely on in today's age. So there is a one of the I think so that bill has been passed by the Lok Sabha, and now we see the, it is based on the maritime law, and now we see that it will be passing the Rajya Sabha as well. Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, I think so it has passed in both the,
Mm.
soon we'll see that the this rules will be notified. I would like to put a, I'll just a second. I'll name that law, because
Sure.
something coming up in the maritime, I'm always pushed like to what is it and how exactly, because we being the country who is surrounded three sides by the coastal areas, right?
Yes. Yes.
And something which we can do a lot, and now through this law we will be seeing the coastal transfers easily. So
Yeah.
for example, if you want to send something not through road transport or not through the railways, you can send it through the coastlines, and this coastlines will help a lot, because there are areas which have too much of natural resources, and
Mm.
sometimes this natural resources they need to be taken in a very short period of a time, then you need to transfer it that, like coal mines, also coal mines and the mines which are nearby the coastal areas, you need to take that kind of a wagon from that place to another place. For that we didn't have enough facilities, so now because of this law we will easily have the coastlines made and converted into the maritime zones, and this maritime zones will help benefit India to make its own economically strong, and these areas will become so strong that we won't need the other outsiders or other people to to do the business with, right? So this will create more jobs, this will create more business, and if exactly the more business comes, we are stronger in that way. So we will see soon this thing happening in India.
Wow. Okay. So my last question for Professor Janira on Chandni. What advice would you give to young women legal professionals who want to transition from the corporate world to starting their own law firm?
So this the just I'll go to the your previous question. This bill is the Indian Ports Bill 2025. It establishes the Maritime State Development Council as a statutory consultative body to coordinate between the center and coastal states. And the MSCC will prepare a national prospective plan to ensure that integrated port development. So this is the bill I'm hoping for, which will bring up too many opportunities
Yes.
for the Indians and too many this area which needed too much of too many eyes before. Now it is getting those eyes on them. So yeah, we will
Wow.
see good business
Yeah.
happening there. And coming to your current question, and you said it's the last question. I said okay. So
Next round, that round ka last question.
around the
Okay.
last question. Yes, yes. So I am just a person who is just emerging as a good lawyer and a good compliance consultant. I would like to say that be what you are and do what you do. Just always have the ball in your court or ball in, just make sure that you put the ball in the right court at the right time, and it
Hmm.
happens. So you don't have to wait for it to come right time aega, but you just even you keep the ball in the right court, everything happens right. Just yeah, I would like to say that much.
Beautiful. So let's go to next round and understand Chandni as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years.
Okay, so I live in a family where we are a joint family. So I live with my grandmother, my father, my mother. I have an elder sister and I have a younger brother. So it's a proper Indian family living together, like to do everything together, and yeah, and progressive with the ideas which come by in today's world. So yeah,
Wow. So, which is your go-to relaxation ritual when work gets overwhelming?
just go and watch, which is something funny. That's it. That's what I need. And well, it could be anything. Like you watch daily soaps, or it has to be funny, or daily something on the OTT platform or something on the television. It has to be funny. That's it.
Wow. Okay. So, what got you connect with art of living, and uh, what changes did it bring in your life and your volunteering experience?
Firstly, it taught me to you should definitely have one guru in your life, right? Something it made me understand that with something we already know a few things, but someone when points it out, you understand it better. Sometimes it happens, right? Like you already know, but then someone is there to, like, enlighten you with the same thing, and you understand it very well. Second thing what it got me is, which I use it now on a daily basis, is
Hmm.
calmness and focus towards your work. Yeah,
Wow.
and how to
So, my
manage things. Yeah.
wow. So, Chani, you have got what got you interested into mindfulness, and later you become a mindfulness practitioner. And how has the journey been?
This I'll keep it very short. My journey has been great. Something which I already did during my initial years, I'm doing that same thing with now. So it's my journey has been of 10 years of experience now working with the consulting firms. It I'm Some decisions which were made at that moment were not seriously thought on, but now when I started doing the work, what I wanted to do it, I'm using the same decisions which were not made, but I'm using the same decisions today after thinking. They have got me back what I have learned it. So someone has rightly said, in knowledge never goes away, right? It is always at whatever whichever age you have got it, you should just seek it, just take it, and every time the right time will come and you will be able to use that knowledge. So that same thing has happened with me, and
Wow.
this is what I would like to say.
Beautiful. Okay. So there is another aspect of yours. Okay, you contribute to youth empowerment. So what activities, actions you do over there?
So what you're referring is to the projects which I take on and off. This is something my Sunday regime is, and it was my Sunday regime earlier as well in 2019 and before that also. So I'm associated with few NGOs, few trusts where we do such kind of an activity. Uh, first is to first is to women empowerment. Second is to the youth, which is now they know and they want things. Then they are getting back to the roots. Earlier, I think so. What the family values, you get it right. Now it's so that has been with me, and my family has always been involved in doing these activities. That's from them I get it. So that's why I'm associated with the NGOs and trusts. For youth empowerment, so the project which I used to do it with the Dosti, I used to help them. They had this booklet which they had given it to us, and we, as a mentor, I used to be mentoring the mentee and help them with the daily hustles which they used to do it. These kids were so intelligent, Amir, like you won't believe it, but they just needed one hand. I
Mm,
mentored this girl, and her name is Aarti, okay, and I can give her name. Till date we are in connect now. We contact, we if she needs anything right now also, she shares it with me. So I have told her, I have given her space, like if you don't want to say it to your parents, it's okay, you can come and tell me. Then
mm,
it's my job to convey it to the parents, which I haven't told her. If she goes through this interview, I'll be caught, and I don't know what she'll tell me after that. But yes, it has created relations with them, and
mm,
sometimes we say now it depend many. See, that is the age when they need someone, and in that age, if someone has given the right thought to them, they will be they won't go on the any wrong direction. I bet on that. Like, if that is the age where it's not something like someone coming from the poor background. I would never say that if someone coming from a rich background, but it is that particular age where you require someone's opinion or someone just standing back, because सबको
yes.
पता है कि उनको काम क्या करना है, right? They know what their job is to do that, but it is that age where you need that thing, and that is what I have been doing. I just stand by them. Their future decisions, they make it. They want to discuss their future decisions with you, that's great. But if they are decided, then don't change it. That is what I believe. If she doesn't
Wow.
flourish in that, she will go for the next option. See, nowadays the kids are smart, and I think so everyone is smart. Everyone has a plan B ready, then working on the plan A itself. वो लोग plan A पे काम नहीं करेंगे, लेकिन plan B हमेशा ready रहता है, right? And that plan B has more thoughts in it than the plan A. So that is what I have learned while being the mentor for them, and I also done the same thing before. So yeah,
Beautiful.
that is
So was
what
it
work I have
hobby?
taken as a youth empowerment. Yeah.
Very good. Beautiful. So was it hobby you have always wanted to pursue but haven't yet found the time for?
Swimming
Wow.
and sketching.
Beautiful.
Swimming is
Uh,
not a hobby, but that is the activity which I would like to take. But and that is something I just got to do it until I was in what, in the age of 13. After that I didn't go for swimming, and I still, like, if I see water I would like to do that. But and second thing is sketching. Yes, I
Ah,
stopped it, I think so, after my first job. So I used to do the sketches earlier, and that is the hobby I would like to take again.
wow, beautiful. Okay. So my last one is a googly one. Describe Chandni in one line.
Yet to come.
Beautiful. So let's put in the hot seat, the rapid fire round. Your go-to comfort food.
Indian food.
Your favorite color.
White.
Dream travel place.
Anywhere on this planet
Best piece of
except
advice received.
Pakistan.
Best piece of advice received.
Sorry, I didn't get that
Best
question.
piece of advice received.
Every day by parents.
Wow. One word that defines your journey.
One work which I'm currently
Word.
doing it.
Yeah,
So something,
one
one word.
word that
Yes.
defines your journey.
Enthusiastic. Sometimes over, but yes.
Wow. Okay. Your favorite Gujarati dish.
Oh, that is to think for, but undhiyu, yeah.
Wow.
It
Last
is,
one.
yeah, thali, one Gujarati thali.
Wow. Tea or coffee to recharge.
None, but coffee. I'm on a coffee show.
Thank you. So you did
Yes.
well, Chandni, and here's a book which will be autographed and sent to you.
Thank
So,
you.
uh, friends, this has been an incredibly inspiring conversation bridging law, leadership, and legacy with such authenticity and vision. Your journey from the corporate world to forming your own law firm to chamber is a true testament to the power of purpose driven practice in a globalized world. To our viewers out there, stay tuned. Subscribe to the Coffee Corner Show on YouTube, where there are 500 plus coffee speakers sharing their journey, professional, personal, and join us again for more impactful conversations with with thought leaders who are redefining their fields. Until next time, keep pushing boundaries, craft your own legacy, and we meet with another coffee speaker over a cup of coffee and continue the conversation. Thank you, Chandni.
Thank you. I have something for you. It's so if I can show it to you, it reads 1 million, and soon you will be one. You will have 1 million speakers on your show. So yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay.